Good evening and welcome to Gay Newsbreak. I'm John Beebe.
Hi, I'm Dorinda Boswell.
And this is our first show of the new year, 1999.
Yes.
Happy New Year, Dorinda.
Happy New Year to you.
Did you have a good ski trip?
Oh, we had a wonderful time.
No broken bones or anything like that?
No.
Good.
No.
Good. Well, go ahead.
Did you?
No broken bones. We had a great time. It was just a perfect trip.
Good. Yeah, the weather was really nice. We saw a rainbow on top of the mountain.
Oh, how pretty.
It was beautiful.
That's very pretty.
Yeah.
Well, in a precedent-setting case, Pizza Hut settled a lawsuit filed by black family members who said they were harassed, threatened with a mop handle, and taunted with racial slurs at a Chicago restaurant in 1995. The settlement follows a federal judge's ruling last summer that companies can be held liable if their employees commit hate crimes. In settling, Pizza Hut admitted no wrongdoing. The lawsuit itself was filed last year on behalf of Burton and 16 family members from Illinois, Missouri, and South Carolina who had gathered for a family dinner during the 4th of July weekend in 1995. Family members said they called in an order for 6 pizzas about an hour before closing time and were told they could eat at the restaurant, but the judge noted that they were not provided plates or utensils and were told that no drinks could be ordered because the beverage machine had been turned off, even though white customers had received drinks minutes before. Employees also ran the sweeper near their table, blasted the jukebox, and turned the lights on and off, the judge said. Dorinda?
Yeah. This just came to me earlier in Laramie, Wyoming. A woman whose son is charged in the fatal beating of a gay college student was found dead near the side of a road after she was seen leaving a bar in the town wearing only a light jacket against the cold. The body of Cindy Thompson Dixon, 40, of Laramie, was found Sunday about 5 miles north of town. In Albany County, Coroner Julie Hedgie said, "Preliminary autopsy results showed that she died of hypothermia, a condition caused by exposure to the cold, but the coroner said a final ruling would not be made until a toxicology test were completed. The death is being investigated as a homicide, but that is normal in such cases," said Sheriff Jim Pond. Miss Dixon was last seen alive at a bar in downtown Laramie late Saturday. She appeared to stagger when she left and was wearing only a light jacket, although the wind chill was 30 below zero. The place she was found dead was 12 miles from the bar and 8 miles from her home on the west side of Laramie. Authorities don't know how she got there. Miss Dixon was the mother of Russell Henderson, one of 2 suspects awaiting trial in October 7th beating of the University of Wyoming student Matthew Shepard, 21, who died 5 days later. Investigators have said that Shepard may have been targeted because he was gay. Now, prosecutors are seeking the death penalty against Henderson and Aaron McKinney, both 21. Miss Dixon's husband, Charles E. Dixon, was scheduled to appear in court today on a charge of battery for allegedly beating her last fall. He already had been convicted 3 times of beating his wife since 1996, court records show. There was no indication Miss Dixon had been beaten before she died, the sheriff said today. Wow, what
Family
chaos.
with a lot of problems. Sad.
Unfortunate.
Well, 31 gays involved in business and philanthropic endeavors contributed $401,000 to the Democratic National Committee on December 1st at a fundraising dinner in Washington, D.C., which President Clinton attended as the guest of honor. Noting that the dinner was taking place on World AIDS Day, Clinton discussed his administration's efforts to fight AIDS. He noted his recent White House initiatives addressing African Americans with HIV, including African American gay men. He also mentioned the gay-bashing death of Wyoming college student Matthew Shepard. Richard Socrates, special assistant to the president and to the White House liaison to the gay community, said Clinton also fielded questions about gay adoption, gays in the military, and efforts by Republican members of Congress to attach anti-gay amendments to the D.C. appropriations bill. Socrates, who attended the dinner, said Clinton reiterated his strong opposition to a GOP-sponsored amendment seeking to ban gay couples from adopting children in Washington, D.C. Clinton characterized as absurd the ouster of highly qualified gays from the military solely on the grounds of their sexual orientation.
As the new year begins, I thought I would bring to you a reminder of some of the support and activities we have for our community. In Norman, various individuals, businesses, and organizations are sponsoring their monthly potluck gathering on Sunday, January 10th at 6 o'clock p.m. They hold this monthly event as a way for people in Norman to get together since there are no bars or community centers in this area. This is open to everyone. It will be held at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship Hall, located at 1309 West Boyd. That is Sunday, January 10th at 6 p.m. The next potluck gathering is February 7th. Also, parents of gay kids are given support through a group called PFLAG, also known as Parents, Friends, and Family of Lesbian and Gays. This support group is to help those parents, as well as friends and other family members, with answers and support for their questions. In Oklahoma City, the Metro chapter of PFLAG will meet on Thursday, January 14th at 7 p.m. at the Mayflower Congregational Church. The Norman PFLAG chapter will meet at 7 o'clock on Thursday, January 14th at St. Stephen's United Methodist Church. And in Tulsa, the PFLAG chapter will meet at 7:30 on Monday, January 11th. The phone numbers for all of these chapters will be on our bulletin board at the end of the show. And finally, something that's fun to do as well as an opportunity to meet new people. Country Western dance classes do resume at the Finish Line on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. Also, classes begin weekly at Epworth United Methodist Church on Thursday, January 8th at 7. Individual classes cover beginning, intermediate, and advanced couple dancing, as well as line dancing. There is much to do and experience in our community. Enjoy.
A lot going on. America has its first official gay neighborhood. Chicago Mayor Richard Daley's $3.2 million rainbow-themed redecoration of the North Halsted Street gay strip is finished. This has been a labor of love, Daley said at the project's unveiling. I knew we were right at the beginning. It's called Fairness. I'm thanking you for what you have done for North Halsted Street for many, many years and for the city of Chicago. When the project was initially proposed as part of Daley's Neighborhoods Alive program, it was controversial. Some straight residents didn't want to live in an officially gay neighborhood, and neither did some older gay residents who feared being outed or targeted by gay bashers. In addition, some critics said designating the area an official gay ghetto would lower their property values. As a result of the objections, the overtly gay aspects of the design were toned down a little, but the 20 sets of huge illuminated rainbow rings clearly remain its focus. At the height of the controversy, Daley, who has long been very gay-friendly, declared, "I won't let the homophobes run this city." Fantastic.
Yes.
Have to go out and visit that
Oh, I would love
sometime.
to. I saw a picture of it.
So did I.
Yeah.
I did too. It seems like it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I
Well,
think
stay
it's
with
great.
us, and we'll be right back with Inside Out.
Says he's a faggot. We have to fix this problem.
I don't think being gay is something we can fix.
Perverted. I don't want him in our house.
He's only 17. Where will he go? But he's our son.
He's not my son anymore. Not my son. Not my son. Not my son. Not my son.
I'm out here every week talking to people about sex. My message is simple. If you're gonna have sex, a latex condom used consistently and correctly could help prevent the spread of HIV and other STDs. People out there gotta understand. That's why I'll go anywhere to talk about latex condoms. Even into your living room.
Welcome to Inside Out. I'm back again, and I'm here with Bill Rogers, who is with the Cimarron Alliance Foundation. Welcome, Bill.
How are you, John?
I'm just doing great. You had a good holiday, I hope?
Wonderful, thank
Good New
you.
Year's?
Yes.
Good, good. First of all, let's back up a little bit and tell everybody, for maybe those out there that don't know, how the Cimarron Foundation was founded and how it came about, and what does it do?
John, as you remember, the Cimarron Alliance Group, a gay and lesbian political action committee, was formed about 3 years ago plus. And that is, as I said, a political action committee and involved directly in the political process by making contributions to candidates for office and office holders. The PAC had an educational mission and still has. However, about a year ago it became apparent that the gay and lesbian community, and certainly the straight community in Oklahoma City and in Oklahoma at large, had a need for basic education on gay and lesbian issues. The best example I can think of that is that a lot of even gays and lesbians are not aware that they can be fired from their jobs not for what they do on the job. Their job conduct may be perfect, but if they're perceived to be gay or lesbian, they can be fired at will, and they have absolutely no recourse for that discharge. In addition to that, we, gays and lesbians, can be denied service in a public restaurant for no reason, not that we're misbehaving, simply that we're perceived to be gay and lesbian. We can also be denied housing or mortgage loans. Again, not for any defect in credit or anything like that, but simply because of our gay and lesbian status. And certainly if our own community is not aware of that discrimination, the public at large is not aware of it. The best example I can think of that is I was having a telephone conversation with the chairwoman of the State Human Rights Commission, who was quick to assure me that gays and lesbians already had ample protection and that discrimination against us was prohibited by law as it was against other minorities. And I could not disabuse her of that misconception.
She had her mind made up?
She was absolutely certain that we have adequate protection. And so it occurred to us then that if the chairwoman of the State Human Rights Commission is that ignorant of the discrimination suffered by our community, then what must be the people who are unconcerned about human rights altogether?
Right.
And so we formed a 501c3 nonprofit charitable educational foundation, which is called Cimarron Alliance Foundation. That was done just about a year ago.
Right, I do remember that. You had you have several membership drives throughout the year, and I believe you had one recently in the last couple of months. Tell me about these membership drives, and what do you do with at these membership drives?
The membership drives are with regard to the Political Action Committee, the PAC, and those are, our membership is $250 a year in the PAC, and that can be paid out with a rate of 69 cents per day if you and we have availability to do that by electronic funds transfers and credit card charges and things like that. That money goes directly to the Political Action Committee and is used for basically political purposes. The foundation has no members. We have a board of trustees or the board of directors of 10 people, men and women, gay and straight as a matter of fact. And we rely upon the largesse of the public. We take tax-deductible contributions, and that's... the foundation is really a much longer range concept than the PAC is, because education is a much slower process than the direct political action.
You have some upcoming events coming up in the future here. Why don't you talk about that?
We have very soon, we're sponsoring a production of a Tuna Christmas.
Heard about that.
Which is marvelous. And that is Friday, January the 15th at Rose State Auditorium.
And you have blocked off some seats for that, I understand?
We've blocked off 160 seats and we're sold out.
Fantastic.
Part of that is tax deductible. The non-PAC member tickets are $75. $35 of that is tax deductible. If you're a Cimarron PAC member, the tickets are $60 and only $25 is tax deductible.
Okay. Go ahead.
Long range, our goal is to obtain substantial funding through grants and through people making provisions for us in their wills and trusts and in their retirement plans.
I'd like to ask briefly, because we are running out of time, how is that coming along since you started?
Slowly. We've just applied for our first grant. That's been slow, but it's nice to know that there are a lot of foundations across the country who specify in making grants to gay and lesbian-oriented organizations.
Right.
And we've received some significant contributions in the last few weeks from people who wanted tax deductions for 1998.
Okay, and if people are interested, they can write to the Cimarron Alliance Foundation Incorporated at P.O. Box 18432, and that's in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma at 73154, and that will be up on the community bulletin board at the end of the show. So if you missed it here, get a pencil or a pen and write that down at the end of the show.
We'd love to hear from them.
It's been quick.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you being on the
Thanks,
show,
John.
and Happy New Year to you. And
same to you, and good luck to your viewers.
Thank you, and we look forward to having you back. Stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Hi, y'all boys ready to order?
I think I'll have the Burger special.
We don't serve your kind in here.
What did you say?
I said we don't serve your kind in here. Y'all are just gonna have to leave.
You people know you're not welcome here. We don't serve homosexuals.
Fortunately, many Americans have found a way to respond to HIV.
You got a friend that's got AIDS.
What? They're shooting us? You think that's the only way
They're educating their employees,
The issue here is education. AIDS is growing fast.
their communities,
in all town.
especially their friends and their families.
Last year I found out that I have HIV.
If we're going to prevent the spread of HIV, each and every one of us must do our part. Find out how you can help prevent HIV. Call 1-800-342-AIDS.
Welcome back, and Desmond is up with the health news. Desmond, what do you have for us?
Hi, John. I got some news about your dental checkups, as a matter of fact. Good evening, everyone. It's common knowledge that regular dental checkups are important factors in the prevention of tooth decay and other diseases associated with the mouth, but a recent study showed that a visit to your dentist could reveal other and more serious diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and premature births. The study indicated that over 120 disease symptoms can now be detected through a routine oral exam by your dentist. If one of your New Year's resolutions is to improve your healthy living habits, the American Medical Association offers these tips to help keep you on the right track. Get plenty of exercise. It helps reduce the risk of any number of diseases, including stress. Get a complete physical examination. Women should have a cervical exam, and if you're over 40, you need an annual mammogram. And men over 40 should have an annual colorectal examination. If you're not abstinent, practice safer sex. Studies show that only 56% of adults used a condom the last time they had sex. And number one on the AMA's to-do list for the new year, stop smoking. They caution that cigarettes are the only product, when used as directed by the manufacturers, causes serious illness, even death, claiming that over 400,000 Americans die each year from smoking-related illnesses. Researchers at the Science Applications International Corporation in Maryland say that 70% of HIV-positive individuals have antibodies to a fossil retrovirus called HERVK. It apparently infected human sperm and eggs millions of years ago. They suspect the protease found within the fossil virus can substitute for the protease in HIV, thereby allowing resistant mutations of HIV to develop, although they admit the theory has yet to be proven. And that wraps it up for your health news. Have a great week. John, Dorinda, back to you.
Thank you, Desmond. Well, you did say you managed to not get any broken bones on your ski trip, and
Right.
you went a little further than Colorado.
Yes, when we got done in Colorado, we came back down through the back roads to Taos and Santa Fe.
Oh, how much
Spent
fun.
the New Year's in Santa Fe.
I've never been to Santa Fe, and I've heard it's just beautiful and very gay-friendly.
It is, yes. It is gorgeous. As soon as you get into New Mexico, you just feel this vibe of good energy. It just feels really good.
It's nice to be able to get away for a while and just kind of forget about everything. And
Yes.
we've enjoyed our little break that we've had here, but
Yes,
we're
we
definitely
have.
glad to be back. And we talked last year, one of the last shows that we had, about New Year's resolutions. And I understand you do have kind of one personal one that I believe you're going to try to achieve. In February, there's a contest going on or something. Is that right?
Well, are you talking about weight?
Yeah. Yeah.
At the weight room, there's a contest for bodybuilding, and it's for people who are just beginning. And
Like us.
Like us, big time. And Helena is a trainer. Helena Hennessy is a trainer, and so she'll be my trainer, and
great.
it'll be to see how much you can improve over 12 weeks.
That's wonderful. I really think I'm going to be doing the same thing.
good.
Barrett Bradbury, who is going to be our guest next week, is helping me out as well. So maybe we'll be there together and
Oh, how
try to
fun.
improve both of ourselves.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good.
Well, we understand that Chuck is ready with the entertainment news. And Chuck, how was your holiday?
It was great, actually, and it's good to be back on the show. It was a nice break, but it's always nice to see you guys every week. Well, the sports cable station ESPN broadcast Outside the Lines, the world of the gay athlete on December 16th, examining the issues facing professional athletes both in and out of the closet. Among the topics covered by the special were Why are there no openly gay male players in Major League sports? What's the difference between homophobia towards male athletes and female sports figures? And how do rumors about an athlete's sexual orientation affect his or her career? In addition, were interviews with a gay high school football player, a closeted college athlete, and a profile of Oberlin College's Mike Muska, who is the first openly gay university athletic director. Also included were openly lesbian tennis stars Martina Navratilova and Billie Jean King. And South Park's creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone are looking for a new job, kind of. The duo are lobbying to become the co-presidents of the Comedy Central cable network. Seriously. Doug Herzog, the former network president, has left his post to go run the Fox network. Parker and Stone flew to New York to meet with network executives for the job. While the pair seem very unlikely to be seen in suits, they arguably have more to do with Comedy Central's success than anyone else, since South Park is the cable network's highest-rated original series. And in the meantime, a headhunter has been put on retainer to seek out other qualified candidates. I can't understand why. Though the South Park creators haven't been eliminated from the running, a new president is not expected to be named until later this year. And Barbra Streisand may not be partying like it's 1999. The diva, who is notorious for her stage fright, was tentatively scheduled to perform on New Year's Eve at New York City's Madison Square Gardens for the year 2000 events. But she's decided to cancel the date. Reportedly, Barbara is afraid of the Y2K complications, which may affect the computer-operated equipment which is required to run her show. The excuse doesn't seem to be that believable, however, since she's talking about performing at the more familiar MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas on the same night. I guess the MGM Hotel doesn't have computers. John Dorinda?
I tell you, that Barbara is always a perfectionist.
Oh, I love her, so I think whatever she wants to do, wherever she wants to go, I'm going to see if I can't be there.
I want to also, that's like with the South Park story Chuck was talking about, that's like putting like a kid in charge of a candy store.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
I cannot imagine that. It would be, they'd probably turn it over upside down and it would be all sorts of crazy. We had to put earmuffs on our kids' ears.
Probably. It'll be fun, I imagine, but scary.
Yes. Stay with us and we'll be back with some closing comments right after this.
Did you bring it?
I forgot it.
Forget it.
Next time, don't forget it. And every time, make it part of the relationship.
A latex condom used consistently and correctly prevents the spread of HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, and may save your life.
I've taught my kids just the way my mama taught me. She gave me a strong sense about what's right. She called it mother wit. Even as young as my kids are, they know their way around. And they're well aware I can draw the line if I have to. But with AIDS out there, I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper and talk a little longer about drugs, sex, and AIDS.
We can help you talk about AIDS. For a free guide, call 1-800-342-AIDS.
If I'm going to have sex, it's going to be protected. If it's not going to be protected, it's not going to be sex. I will talk about sex in a minute.
I thought, I can't let this conversation drop here.
We have to talk about sex.
There's no reason to be scared.
It's going to come up. If you don't practice safe sex and I do, then we are not made for each other, honey. It's not that hard to get those words out.
I'll tell you.
Initiate it. I'm HIV negative and I intend to stay that way.
Respect yourself. Protect yourself.
Welcome back, and we hope, again, all of you had a very happy holiday and a happy and safe New Year. I want to encourage all of you to call in on our talkback line. We appreciate your input.
Yes.
Any other New Year's resolutions made on this board here?
Nothing that I'm going to mention.
I told you I made mine, what, 15 years ago?
I know.
No, that was Christmas shopping, I'm sorry.
Well, it was so good to get away because you could get a clear head, and we actually were able to talk business the whole time we were gone. Helena and I, and for the first time, I sat down and wrote goals. You know, when I was 21, they would tell you, you know, write down
goals.
what you're going to do for the next 10 years. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, but now I get it.
I think one of my goals would be to grow old graciously.
Oh, yeah.
When you get up to that, you know, certain level there.
Well, I think you're doing that.
Well, thank you very much. I'll give you your $20 after the show.
Thank you.
Chuck, how was your holiday?
It was excellent.
Did you go out of
It was
town?
really good. No, I didn't go out of town, but I spent it with the family, and there was just a lot of good positive things that happened out of that. Yeah.
It's so strange. Referring to this year's 1999, I just still can't believe it.
I know.
It's almost like too watching the national news as well, and everything going on in the national level. That 1999 is almost being overlooked, jumping ahead to 2000.
Yeah, this year's already gone.
Yeah, they are not even paying any attention to it being 1999. So hopefully everyone will take time and smell the roses and enjoy the year.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It's exciting.
Well, we do appreciate you joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Tell all your friends and family about us, and we, again, appreciate coming into your home each Thursday evening. Have a great evening, and make it a great week.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.